Hi there, it's Karen here, back again with my sewing journal, and today I'm going to do some more titivating and adding pretty things before I commit to sticking in all the pockets and things. So the first thing I wanted to do was to finish off this raggedy edge. You see there's a raggedy edge here, I don't know if you can see that, where I haven't cut it very well, and actually I don't think it was ever going to look, however smooth I cut it, it would always look a little bit raggedy. So I've just picked out a little piece of this lace, like a crochet lace, that I'm going to just stick along the edge, and it just finishes it off, just gives it a finished edge, which I like. So I'm going to do that first, because that's a sort of fairly obvious thing to do, and it just gets me started. So I hope the new year is beginning to look a little bit more cheerful for everybody, and that you're all well and had a good start to the year. You're back into your crafting mojo, as I am. Well, I'm not sure if I'm in my crafting mojo for the new year yet, because as you know, I'm filming well ahead. In fact, when I'm not filming this, I'm actually working in my Christmas journal. So I'm kind of switching between Christmas and New Year, which is quite odd, but it's a good way to get things done. There we go. So hopefully that's going to pick that up. Yep. I might just trim off a little bit of the side there. For some reason it always ends up being just a little bit more than you need, doesn't it? It always stretches when you stick it down, even if you've measured it. So that's that. So I'm just going to trim that off. Leave that to dry for a moment. Okay. Now while that's drying, I'm just going to show you, I was having a think about the front. I'm going to try and just turn it over without putting it down. So I wanted to put something more on the front. I felt it needed a little something at the bottom here. So just when you thought I'd finished, I've got something else I want to add. So what I thought I'd do is I wanted to put, I looked in my, I've got a few little bits of stamped fabrics, and I wanted something that said memories. So I had this little piece of, just a little piece of fabric that says treasured memories, and I thought, well, that would look nice on the front. Now what do I make it, how to make it look a bit prettier? So I went through all my little bits of ephemera, and I've got this is one of the Caroline's Craft Tree pieces. This is like a, what do you call it, like a bobbin, I suppose, type of shape, and she put lots of these in the kit. There was a plain one, and there were some that were decorated, and I like this one just because it was only decorated at the ends, because obviously I want to put this in the middle, but that didn't look right enough on its own, so I just kept adding things basically until I was happy. So these were a couple of buttons that were on the button cards that I'd cut out previously and not used, so I tried those. So gradually just building up, it doesn't really matter which way they go round, so I thought, well, if I put those on, that gives a little splash of colour. I tried real buttons, and they were just too bulky, and I didn't find I didn't have two matching, so that wouldn't work. And in fact, you couldn't have put them underneath. I'd have had to put them on top, and somehow it just didn't work. So I quite like those two there. They just give that little bit of colour. It still looked like it needed a bit more, so as I'm using this lace on the back, as you've just seen, I just cut another little piece to put across there. And I think that will work, if I can get it to, I've got a bit claw on my finger. So I think that will work on the front there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I think what I'll do is I'll stick this down, and then I'll stick it on, and then I'll have another look on the front, and I'll decide where it's going to go. But I think just to give that little something extra on the front, hopefully it'll work out okay. So I've just done one of my daily little walks. Well, it's not really daily. I try to do five pieces of exercise a week, so that I can record it on my Fitbit. So what I usually do is have a little walk around the estate, and if I add a little extra, couple of little detours, it's about a mile, or sometimes just over a mile, which is pretty good if I keep going. And I always walk quite briskly, so that I'm feeling like I'm doing some proper exercise. So it's not a long way, but if I do it regularly, it's actually been very good. I've been feeling a lot fitter than I used to. But today it's really horrible out. It's raining and it's miserable and grey. But I had to go to the letterbox to post a couple of cards. I made a little card for my granddaughter, so I wanted to post that, and the cards to her mum and dad and to my other daughter and her partner. So I thought I'll get those in the post, and that gave me the motivation to get out the door. I'm finding it harder to motivate myself at the moment in this weather. Partly, I think, because it takes so long to get ready to go, to get all your clothes on. You have to put so many layers on to get out the door, and I had to go and put my umbrella up. But anyway, I got there. I got out the door and walked around the estate, and I feel very pleased with myself. And it always just gives you a bit of an energy boost. Actually, I find just doing that bit of brisk exercise. It's quite innovating. No, not innovating. That's the opposite. I think you know what I mean. It gives you a bit of a boost. Anyway, I know there's a word. Invigorating, I think is the word I was thinking of. I think. Yeah. So I've done that. So I've only got. I've done 3 so far this week. I've got 2 more to fit in to keep my Fitbit happy. And so it's not really very far. Once you're out, it's not too bad. It's holding up the umbrella that's the hard part when it's wet and miserable like this. Not freezing cold. It's been colder. It was colder early in the week. But I'd rather go out in the cold and wrap up warm than go out in the rain, to be honest, as I'm sure most of us would. Ooh, got serious leakage going on over here with my Fabri-Tac. Just one moment. I'll quickly clear this all up before it all just goes everywhere. It's leaking all over one of my stamp blocks. So it should come off okay. Or 2 of my stamp blocks. That's a bit on from there. There. Put that in my yogurt pot, which I should have done in the first place. Big glob on the stamp block, but it should wipe off. It hasn't quite dried on. Ugh. I think I've got most of it off. That was foolish, wasn't it? I'm going to have to spend a bit of time washing that off later, I think. I don't know if I'll be able to use it until I've done that. But anyway, I've got others. Ugh. Okay. Let's have a look, see how this looks on here now. So I thought I'd just put that there. I think that's quite nice. I think I'm just going to go for it. So if I can get the Fabri-Tac to come out in a thin bead rather than a great big glob. My hopes are not high on that front. It either doesn't come out at all, or it just won't stop flowing. Not too bad. Put that there. Oh, I think I might, might stick a little bit more. A little bit more of this under this corner. Just coming up. A little bit of fraying going on. That's it. What about the other corner? How are we doing? Yeah, I need a little bit more there, I think. Don't really want to be things coming up and catching and coming unravelled. And same on here, I think I need to put a bit more. That will need Fabri-Tac, I think. A bit more on there. And then we can make a start on the inside. I think that will finish the outside. Hopefully, unless I have another idea. Okay, hopefully that's stuck down. What about over here? Oh, there's still some sticking up bits over here. And I didn't do a very good job, did I, last time? Getting this all stuck down. Oh, it's better now. Let's hope that's enough to stop it coming up. Okay, right. So there we are. Back tidied up. Front finished, hopefully. Let's have a look what's going on inside, shall we? Okay, so what I would like to do is just to do a little bit of decoration here and there, so that I want the idea of every time she opens a page it's something pretty to see or something to investigate. I'm going to put some, I think I want to put some lace down this one because this is a slightly shorter page, so there's room to put something there just to cover up the fact that it's not as wide as the other page behind it. So I've got a few laces I've picked out. I've also got, I've actually done a bit of, made a few ruffles as well yesterday, and so I'm hoping to use some bits of these ruffles. I've got that one. These two I'd already made. I've already got the, oops, that one and that one. And then I've got this one. That's with some vintage fabric. And so is that. And that one. So I found that the way that I can make the ruffles without them impacting too much on my shoulder is to literally pin every pleat. So I had a whole row of pins all the way down. This one was, should have seen this one, it had almost every pin I possess. I literally pinned every one so I could just feed it through, because if I haven't pinned it then you've got to literally fold it as you go through, which I'm sure that's what normally one would do, but I was finding that just hurt my shoulder too much. So if I pin it and then I just feed it through gently and just pull the pins out, and it worked pretty well. It's not straight, but that doesn't matter. I'm not going to use it all in one go anyway. I shall only use chunks of it. So I'm quite pleased how that turned out, and that, you know, I managed to get a few of those done. Anyway, I don't think I want one of those at the moment. I think I want some lace to start me off. So I've got 2 or 3 different ones here. I've got this one, which is really pretty. I want one that's got a nice little scalloped edge. I did think about trying to ruffle some lace, but I thought that just might not work out so well. I thought I won't risk it. So I've got that, which is pretty, but it's very, very, very see-through. But I do like it. That's a possibility. I've got this one, which is possibly not quite cream enough. Take the pin away. It is an off-white. It's not white, but it is. Let's see. It's maybe a bit too white. No, don't know. But I have also got this one, which is a bit of a favourite of mine, I must admit. This is the second lot I've had of this. I already bought it once, used it all up, and had to get some more. This is just from Hobbycraft, our local craft place. But I do love it, and I still think it's the one for me. So I think that might be the one to put down the edge there. I had to just check that the others, you know, didn't appeal to me more, but I really like this one. Okay, so I'm just going to cut a piece off here. I think the art glitter glue will be strong enough to hold it, rather than stick that there. Okay. Just going to go for it. Put a little bead along the edge. A wibbly wobbly bead. Come back down. There we are. Right. Let's try and put this on. I don't want to cover up the little girl because she's really cute, and she just I love her. She's just trying to climb on this giant thread, spool of thread. Right. Okay, that's a start. And if you look at the other side, it looks just as pretty the other side, which is what I like. Okay. Yeah, this will probably be going there, but I'm not committing myself, not quite yet. And just see how it all feels and how it all fits. So this one, I want to do a bit of, on these plainer pages, on the coffee dye pages, I want to do a bit of stamping just to give it a little bit more of a finish. So if I take this off, just trying to see how that will work, stamping on there. But it'll be a good indication of how easy it's going to be to actually write on any of this. I may end up doing a writing board. I'm going to use my foam pad underneath. So I've been finding, you know, I've just started working in my Christmas journal, and I'm finding I need to use something underneath each page so I can write. So it just goes to show, once you've filled it with all these lumpy bumpy pockets and things, it's actually can be quite difficult to use it. So it's quite good when you're making them to use them as well, because it gives you an idea of what, you know, how easy it is to actually use the journals you're making. What do I want? I want my stamps. So I've got this little packet of sewing stamps. I've just stamped on the back of here. It didn't have a make or anything. It wasn't like a well-known make, but it's got a whole variety of really, really nice stamps in there. So I think I'll just see what fits. Got that and that. Thinking about possibly this one. This lacy one here. If I can get it off the backing. That's always, with some of these, particularly if it's not an expensive, well-known one, they can be quite difficult to get off the backing. In fact, I have a feeling that I knew there was one of them that I couldn't actually manage, and this might have been the one. I might have to do it. Oh no, is it coming? Oh, it is. Slowly. And once you've got it off once, it's not so bad. It's just sometimes the first time you try to get it off the backing, it can be really, really sticky. And my hands are not very strong, as you probably realise, but it's coming. It's making me all warm. It's a very good, another bit of exercise for the day. Exercising my arm muscles. Don't suppose it'll register on the Fitbit as exercise, but it's certainly warming me up. Yay! Done it. Okay, where'd my pad go? My stamp block. It's here somewhere. Here it is. Got this big flat one, which is quite good for the long things. So what I want to do, because it kind of goes round the bend, around the corner, if you want to. I could do it like that. Because I quite like this because it looks like buttons, and this pocket has got a button on it. Another one I've cut out. I think it's from the same set actually as the one that I've used for the front cover. So that might go quite nicely if I can just get it to sit on there. If I can get it to stamp. I'm thinking this is too thick actually. I might try this. This is what I was using in my Christmas journal. It's not like a little craft mat really. And it might just give me a flat surface to stamp onto. See if that will just about work, I think. Okay, now the case of whether I use black or whether I use sepia. I think I'm going to use black. I hope it comes out all right. It's always a bit nerve-wracking doing stamping, especially straight into the journal rather than something that you're going to stick on afterwards, because you can always stamp it again if you make a mistake. But if you do it straight into the journal, you can't do it again. And I want to get a wipe out in case I've got any edges to wipe. Sometimes it stamps along outside the actual design a little bit, and then you end up with all sorts of shadowing and stuff. Right, let's try. Okay, now I just want to wipe around in the edges. Right, let's try. Wish me luck. Just hold it in place for a moment or two. Hope it all transfers. It's this bit on the edge I'm not sure is going to work because it's on a bit of a bend. Okay, let's see. Nope, hasn't done it terribly well. Maybe I'll try and go over it again. At least with it being clear, you can see where you've done it. Don't need to do the end bit because that came out okay. That bit needs redoing. That bit not so much. It's more the top, isn't it? The lacy bit that didn't quite catch. Alright, let's give it another go. Probably going to completely mess it up now, but it doesn't look fantastic now, and if it comes to it I'll have to cover it with something, won't I? Put that down first. Okay, looks about right, in the right place. Let's try pressing this down a bit firmer. Okay, I think that's the best we're going to get. Well, it's a little bit smudgy, but it's not too bad, I suppose. Not my best work. Right, let's see. Stamping is not easy. Certainly not easy when you're doing it in the journal. So we'll see how much more. If I keep smudging them, I'll probably not do too much more. This wasn't a great easy location to do it. And then I've got that to go in here. So once I've tucked in a few bits and pieces, it won't be terribly noticeable, and I might even end up covering it up with put a bit of lace over it, maybe. So I could put a bit of lace here, and then it wouldn't look quite so bad. I might do that. I might just do that. I might just cover that with lace, and then so it just peeks out from underneath. Yeah, why not? Why not? You can always cover it up. So that's what I'm gonna do. Across the top, and then might stick that down and then put a little bit of glue underneath the lace once it's in situ, because it's hard to tell where the glue needs to go. Oh, hang on. Start from that end. Where's the edge? It's hard to tell which is the edge of this piece of paper. Is it going to stick? Are you going to stick? Right. A little bit of glue under here. A little bit under here. Okay, a bit there, a bit there, a bit there. There we are. That's not too bad. Okay. Crisis averted, I think. Or at least disguised. Right, so that goes there. What's next? Oh, I need to put something here, don't I? Have a look at the stamps. Right, the stamps are back here. At least some of them are. I've got this one, which might look quite good, at the top here. So if I take, so this is why I don't put the pocket, haven't stuck in the pocket, so I just remove that, and it's an almost flat surface, almost. But then I can pop that in there, and I can stamp onto there. So that could there, or maybe if I did a bit of edging, and then put this down here. Yeah, so I've got where's the rest of the stamps gone? Oh, here they are. I do have another edgy one. Seemed to have disappeared. Right, so I've got that one and that one. got this one. I might just do that. Looks like blanket stitch all the way around. I know I've got another one somewhere, but I don't know where that disappeared to. It'll pop up in due course, I dare say. Okay. Now, is this going to fit on my... No, I'd have to go on the block. Again, big block. So I think... No, actually I want it to go that way. Right, stick that down. And I want it to go like that, and then down the side. Right, let's give that a go. I won't be able to cover everything in lace, so let's hope this works out. Otherwise I might have to rethink my decorating if these the stamping is complete disaster. Okay. Don't want to go right to the edge. I want to sort of start it about there, I think. No. There. Press, 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 press. Oh, that's all right. And do I need another little bit? Yeah, I might need another little couple of little stitches to add. Just to take it to the end. Whoop. Don't want that there, it's catching on the paper, which wasn't very clever, was it? Okay. Nope. 4. All right. Now down the side. There we are. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, that's not too bad. Apart from the corner, which I could always, I might be able to stick something there maybe. I might take it down to the end. I've got a little bit of overlap, hopefully that will, hopefully it'll look seamless, but you never know with me, it may not. Oh, it does. Woohoo! Okay, so that's that. Now I'm just wondering, I don't know if I want it to go around the edge because I want to now put this one down here. I think that's what I'll do. But I'm going to use the sepia for that one. I think this one definitely doesn't come off its backing, so I'm just going to have to do it like that. Straight onto there, straight onto there. So I'll just ink it on here and keep ink from going onto the paper. This is still the archival, but this is the sepia. Okay. Hopefully it comes out right. Press it down all over. Okay. Let's have a peep. Woo! Seems to have come out. Woo! Yep. Yeah, I like that. That's come out really well. Alright, that's that one. Next. So I'm wondering whether that'd be better there. And perhaps I should put a ruffle or something on here. What have I got that will go? Not that one. A little bit of that. Not the whole thing, I don't think. A bit of that. I think I quite like that. Yeah, I might just put a bit of that ruffle on there. Put them at different. I put a piece at the top. There we are. Just gone for it and snipped it. Let's just take that out for a minute. Okay. Might put a bit of, maybe some ephemera or something on there. I don't know whether to leave it as it is. I mean, it's stitching related. It's hard to know what she would do with it. If I don't put something on there that's like a pocket. Oop. Fabric everywhere. Okay, put Fabric down the down the middle where the stitching is, because that then holds the stitching in place, and along the inside. That's on there. Don't know whether to put that there or there. Maybe I'll put it there after all. Ugh. Fabric just gets everywhere. So I'll leave that there, which means I need something, might need something here. might just put stamp a pair of scissors in the corner. Just a little something just to keep the theme going and make it look a little less plain. These are gorgeous scissors. Right, where's my block? Here it is. I was going to use the other one, the small one, but it's covered in Fabri-Tac at the moment, so I'm going to have to stick to this, to the giant one for now. Right, and scissors, ink. I need the ink. Oop. Right, stick on there, mister. Let's just put my little craft mat thingy in there. This is a lovely stamp, this scissor stamp. So I think I'll just that way. Because I would want to put it the awkward way, wouldn't I? Oh, that's it. I'm hoping it comes out okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice one, like that. And it'd be nice to have some sort of, just something to stick on in the corner. Ooh. Just cut her out and stick her in the corner. I don't want anything bulky, I just would like one or two little things that I can stick on here and there to just to decorate. And she's rather nice. Right. This is one of the pieces from the G-Kerr free digitals, which I've made quite free use of, I have to say, in this journal, because they're so pretty and they just work really well. I think I'm just going to stick that there in the corner. Where's my glue book? Got myself in a right old mess as usual. Always start out really well organised and have everything laid out what I need, and I always end up having it everywhere. But I think that's probably, could say the same for all of us. Now I've lost my glue. My glue stick. I had that somewhere handy. There it is. Got buried. Okay. There we are. That just cheers that up a little, doesn't it? Okay, let's carry on. This is going to take a while, the way I'm going, isn't it? And I was going to put that there, so this needs decorating. I want to put something here. So I've got a whole load of ephemera that were in the kits that I haven't used. Oh, quite a pile of them here, pile of it here. So I'm going to let me make some space. Get the inks out the way. Get the stamps out the way. And then the other bits I'm surrounding myself with. See, this pocket's got to go back in. Laces, more stamps, stamp block. Right. Let's see if we can find something to cheer this pocket up with, because it is a bit plain and boring. And also the paper's slightly orientated the wrong way, so we need to disguise that fact too, don't we? Now we could use a piece of doily. There's quite a large area at the pocket. This pocket area is quite a big area, so we'll take most of that doily, won't it? And then I can put something possibly on top. I wonder whether to put that ad or something up there as well. These sort of needlecraft ads that were quite from the old magazine that I had. Or something like this, like a bit of stitching. So I might put something up there. Let's see what small things we have that can go on this pocket. If I have any, should have. Got a bunch of things here. They've got to be, no, that's the wrong colour. That's too pale. Nope. Well, I need something that's just going to pop away from the pocket. A lot of them are a bit big, really, or they're orientated the wrong way. That's adorable. Find some way for her. And that's too big. That's actually been back, so that might work as a journaling card at some point. Oh, ooh, look at this. I'd have to cut that down. I'd only have to trim the corners, wouldn't I? And I could put something across there, maybe. We'll see. It's too big. So is that. Most of them are going to be too big, aren't they? I've actually backed a lot of these, so a lot of them would be just things I can tuck into the pockets. They're all quite large. That's the only problem. I'll come back to these for putting things in the pockets. For the moment, I'm just trying to decorate the one I've got. Oh, that's a. Don't know how that works. No. No. Not much here that actually will fit in this situation. So I use one of these. Got that. Got these spool type things, which are pretty. I'm figuring out which way it's meant to go. Goes that way up. That's better, it hasn't got all the writing on it. So maybe it's just a case of putting a couple of things together. I do have that as well. It's a bit too big. Spinning wheel. Oh, that would fit. Maybe that's the way to go. I've got this. I'll tick it. What else can I? Anything else I can tuck in? Craft and Fabric Centre. Pop that behind there. Well, that jollies it up a bit, doesn't it? And I could just trim off this bit of doily afterwards. Okay, I think I'll just pop those things on there. Just makes the pocket look a bit more interesting. And that might be all I've got time for today. These hours go so quick. I may have to do a little bit more off camera just to get through it all, and then just show you what I've done at the beginning of the next video before we continue. And I really hoped to get all of this, pretty much all of this journal done on camera, but I think this bit of decorating is going to take me a little while. So I don't want to rush it, I want to take my time and be happy with it, happy that it's, that it's looking good. Oops. I don't want to rush and stick things down before I'm ready. So it may mean that I have to do a few things off camera. Oops, just something slip down there. Just in order to, be able to take my time, and otherwise we could be going, these videos will be going into February at that, if I if I don't get myself all sorted and get it done. And I do have other things I want to have a go at doing after this. So I've got that. Now, what was I going to put? What was I going to put behind there? I knew it was going to be that little ticket, but I'm not sure if the ticket works. It's not quite right. I know it's the same little girl as on the previous page, but she actually fits quite well there because of the colours, and I do like that. So I think she might go there. goes on like that. And then the spinning wheel go on top. And I quite like that. I think this pocket was definitely crying out for a bit of love. So hopefully it's had what it needs. And I've just got to find some things to go in it then, haven't I? That's going to go. I'm just going to trim off the bits of doily that are hanging over. Is that the only bit? I think it is actually, really. Right, so that's going to go there. I don't know if I'm going to put anything up the top there. I'll have a think about that. Whether I'd like to put something up here, but I'm not sure what at the moment, and I'm not going to rush it. I will just show you quickly the little pocket that I'm going to put in further in that I made the other day. That has now been stitched. So I've just turned the top over. So I'm not quite sure where it was going to go, but we'll find it. And it's going to go in like that, and then I'm going to just glue that bit of edging, bit of trim across the top there. So I'll do that off camera, and then when we get to that point in the journal, because I'm not quite sure where it was going to go, but I'm sure it'll become evident when we get there. So I think that is going to have to be it for today. But we are making progress. This is how I want it to look. I want it to look pretty and interactive and interesting for her to look at. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me once again, and please do join me again soon. Bye for now.